Well, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of the Tabletop Trio Podcast. I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Graham.
And we got a fun one for you. As you can see, there's some cool things on the table.
Yeah, it's up and around. We have there's a
a
lot of
lot.
stuff everywhere. It's been a very busy 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
For my ADD hobbies.
There is a lot.
You know,
there's a lot going on right now.
There's some clutter in the kitchen.
They come in bursts, and when they do, they are many.
They are numerous. They are many.
Yeah, I had to write the agenda, and as I'm going through, I'm like, man, this is not usually this long.
Yeah.
This is-
Yeah, and just as a peek behind the curtain, we usually have a decent amount of stuff on our agenda.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, we meant to talk about that. That's all right. We'll talk about it next week.
Mm-hmm.
More stuff happens. Oh yeah, I forgot we wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't. Oh, we'll get it next week, and so on.
And it grows, and it grows, and it grows.
list
And then we
only gets
started
bigger.
shrinking. We were good. We only had
We did. We started knocking things off.
Yeah, and then this week it was just like, and this one, and this one, and this one. Oh, and also that one. And,
Not to mention stuff that hasn't even been added to the agenda.
yeah, like the things behind me, those little guys. Forgot about that.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even notice those.
Yeah, until I sat down. And then
God.
that was a whole thing.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should talk about the banana in the room.
So you may recall that we did talk about this months ago. But today we stand united to protect one of the nature's finest gifts, the banana. Faced with pests, diseases, and challenges, we must not falter. With determination and innovation, we will safeguard our bananas, ensuring the legacy for future generations. This is more than a fight for fruit. This is a battle for culture and nutrition, and probably paintball. We must... Rise, champions of bananas! Let our resolve be unwavering. For the banana, victory is ours! The paintball stuff, Gabe.
That is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
So good.
Thank you.
Thank Chat GPT.
Also, yes. It wrote way too long, and I just had to respond to be like, no, shorter.
A lot shorter, please.
I love doing that to ChatGPT. I'm like, hey, give me this whole thing, and then like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, less. But
Yes, but less, please.
yes. But we're here. Yeah, our jerseys are in. They are fantastic. They look
They're
great.
so good.
Shout out to Anthrax Paintball. They did a phenomenal job. Their designs, everything about it was pretty straightforward. We've now been with them, I guess, technically like 10 years, because our first initial run of jerseys was through them. But it was much different back then. You kind of just designed it on like a website, and then you click the order button and it showed up. But this was like full turnkey design us jerseys. It's still my favorite thing is the banana camo.
It just looks so good. And honestly, from this camera angle, I don't know if you can really appreciate the banana camo, but that camo on Graham's shirt is all banana.
Yeah, it's all just
banana everything.
peeled bananas and banana peels. It's just fantastic.
It's outlandish.
I love it. I love it so much.
The fact that they were willing to go through with this plan
Yeah.
is just
It was their idea.
fantastic.
The only thing that I asked them for was a banana for scale on the arm. So that's like right on your forearm. That's the only thing that was like a thing that I needed in this design. And everything else, I think I gave them the colors. I was like, I would like these colors, or something like these colors. I like the brighter colors.
There's something about that teal and pink.
Yeah, it's
that just looks so good.
really good color combo. And they came back with like the first draft, and there's like, how's this? And it had the banana camo. I'm like, no need for draft 2. Fucking nailed it.
One and done. Let's go.
So
We're gonna look
Yep.
very official at Ion this year.
So Graham is currently sporting the.
I'm gonna model for
Yeah,
this.
you are currently sporting the t-shirt and short combo, which I really didn't think would be that comfortable or fit well. But goddamn,
I'm a big dude. I'm 6'6", and this fits perfectly.
I love that. Like even the shorts have your number and name on the shorts, on the t-shirt, your name and numbers on the back. Like it's not like you're buying a team jersey where it's just like, here's the. It's the whole fucking jersey. Just with
You
the
get
sleeves
everything.
cut off.
Yeah.
You get the whole 9.
It's so good.
And it's a comfortable material. Like,
It's
it's
very-
really lightweight. It's really breathable.
Very
Very
breathable.
nice.
I wore it basically the day after I got it. I wore it to the beach. I wore the shorts because I didn't want to wear the t-shirt and the shorts because I feel like that would be a little too much.
Just a little obnoxious.
Like right day one.
It's like going to a soccer match and wearing the full kit in the stands.
Well,
like, you
that's
don't
the
want
thing.
to. You don't
Yeah,
want
you
to
don't
be
wanna
that
do that.
guy.
It was my nephew's soccer tournament, like on the beach. So,
Oh.
so I was like, I'll wear like a team thing, but not. They don't have a team thing because it was like
Yeah.
a bunch of kids from all different locations just show up, which is cool. It was gigantic. They had like 16 fields or something ridiculous.
Oh,
Damn.
jeez.
It was a fun time. It was Point Pleasant. So I was like, I'll wear the shorts. It'll be nice and comfy. Elena wore the tank top that I got her, and because she wanted to get a tan, so I was like, perfect, tank top. Here you go. And friggin' like as we were walking along the beach, like there were a handful of kids every now and again that were just like, Team Banana. And Elena was like, are they looking at my chest? I'm like, well, there's a giant banana on your chest, but also they're like 11, so yeah, probably.
A giant banana holding paintball
Yeah,
guns.
giant banana. That is an 11-year-old's dream. I don't know what you wanted them to not look at.
So, Joe, who came up with the original banana design?
So the original design, I believe, falls under Dish.
Okay.
So I
the
joined.
mastermind.
Yeah, so I think it was around 2008 or 2010 is where they came up with like the Team Banana. And it's had many iterations over the years. It started, I actually think I have a beer koozie in there that has like the original banana on there, and Dish actually got new cozies for. You'll see what at Ion. On the one side, it has the old banana, and on the other side, it has the new banana.
Oh, that's
Very
How
cool.
far we've
That's
come.
How
cool.
far we've come.
Now, how do I get a hold of one of those?
At Ion, you'll get one.
Oh, okay.
Don't you worry. He bought entirely too many.
Can I call
Flags,
dibs on one, even though I'm not going to be
koozies.
there?
He's like, do you think 150 is enough? I was like, I'm pretty sure 20 would have been fine.
Overshot by just a little tiny bit.
So yeah, I think he was the one that started it, I believe, but I know he's the one that's been running it. And then I joined in 2012, I think, and that was when Dangerous happened, because me and Dish have it's kind of like when me and you were together. There's a problem. With me and Dish,
no.
it's the same kind of thing where like we'll just get silly and stupid, and we shouldn't be trusted together.
And now,
And now the
three
and
of
now
us
three of you.
are going to be in a confined space
Together, guys.
together. Yes.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yeah. So,
Oh God!
I apologize for nothing.
No shopping carts will be harmed this time.
says you. So that's kind of where the second iteration paintball gear came in. Their original one was just black and yellow with like the original guy on it, but it was very, very basic. And I was like, a lot more people have joined since you made these, so we need new jerseys. So I got those made. But they were really heavy and they sweat a lot, and a lot of people didn't like wearing them. Like they'll wear them out once and then they'll come back in, but it's fucking die because it's just it's way too hot. So this time around, I was like, okay, it's been 10 years. We've learned a lot. We've aged. We need to less. I don't need that much padding. I need weight reduction. I need breathability. And I need it to look damn good. And
look good, play good, feel good.
And this is what we came out with. So
Play good still up in the air.
Okay, look good, feel good,
I was gonna
play.
say, we play.
Play.
Period. But yeah, that's where the whole concept has kind of been growing and growing and growing. And now we've been doing it for so long that we are actually recognizable out in skirmish. A couple of the years, I think we were on a couple of the flyers. They had our pictures on a couple of, and they didn't tell us either.
Oh no,
we get the flyers every now and again, and one of the guys in the chat was like, "We're on the fucking flyer," and we were all like, "What?
We're famous."
And like, yeah, page 2, front and center. We're just a big fucking picture right on the thing.
There we go.
I was like, fantastic.
I mean, what was it? 2 years ago we went.
Yes, it's 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 summers ago we go to Ion, and this is my first time, and I'm out there in overalls, no shirt on, just having a blast.
Yeah, you were.
And people are coming up to me like, "Oh, you're the Banana Man. You're on Team Banana." And I didn't know that we were that big. I just thought we were hanging out in the woods shooting people with paintball guns.
I think the funniest thing was the year before that happened. We talked to the guys in the tent, like the higher ups. Those are like the professionals that kind of like do all the strategy stuff. And we walked in and they're like, "Oh, thank God, Team Banana's here." I was like,
Me? Us? Who?
and they're like, "Yeah, we need you and assorted pastries to run a fucking." And I was like, first of all, I absolutely fucking love that combo. Second of all,
So when you team up, you're called the balanced breakfast,
yeah,
right?
we were fucking dying because then we grouped together for like a while. It was a few hours because we were doing missions. Like out back, we weren't running right in the front and then coming back out.
Yeah.
We were running missions to get like the things for points. So it was us and assorted pastries, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they run a bakery, and so their team is assorted pastries. And I was like, I fucking love that.
So we need to set up a banana stand.
Yeah,
Chocolate covered bananas
just set it
Yo.
up.
on a stick.
Do liquid nitrogen, freeze them real quick.
Yeah. Oh,
And this way you get the look with all like the steam and all that coming off of
we
it.
get little pretzels for the arms. We just make the logo out of food.
You just do it.
And you
do it
hand
up.
them out on the battlefield as medics. Like, here.
A tasty treat.
I almost bought an
Banana?
ambulance. I'm this close to buying a fucking ambulance. There's one by my house. It's been for sale for, I shit you not, at least 3 years. It's just been sitting out front. I was like,
We'll get it running.
it's sitting, it's out front of a car wash / like mechanic. So like, presumably they know it's either running or not.
Yeah.
But like, it's been how many years? Sell me it for like $800. I'm assuming you want it off your property. You're on Route 9. That's valuable real estate. Sell me the medic car.
Get a Sawzall, put little flaps on it, pop out.
What I really want, this is my plan.
This is the dream.
This is the
the
dream.
vision.
Okay. So you could turn anything you want into a tank from Normandy. You drive it into the woods. You just got to put a number on it. You get hit with X amount of rockets. You turn around, you go home. That's great. I want to turn the medic vehicle, the hospital, into the tank, drive into the field, turn the lights on. You can't turn the siren on. However, I want to get loudspeakers from SpongeBob of Patrick going wee woo, wee woo, set to like an EDM mix. And then we just pull up to the battlefield and like 15 fucking people just run out of the back of the car.
We need like one of those
That
street
is
art
amazing.
spray painters to do the banana logo right
All
across
over it.
the side of it, right on the hood. Like how sick
My
would
dad
that
knows
be?
a guy. My dad knows a guy who could do that.
That's wild that your dad knows a guy.
Yeah, right?
What?
For the age of, no
Yeah.
offense,
No.
for the age of your father, that's fucking fantastic.
He's a big artist in downtown Trenton. I think his name's Leon Rainbow. I think
that
is the name he goes by.
checks out.
Dope name.
Yeah, right?
And
It's
he
solid.
paints everything. Like
Oh yeah.
during like the pandemic, a lot of the buildings were boarded up and all that kind of stuff. This guy went to every single building that was boarded up and painted like
Just went to
stuff
town.
based off of their business.
Oh, that's
And
so
like my
cool.
dad actually has it kind of like has the boards that he used framed like
that's
in his shop, like as like an art installation basically.
That's
cool.
really cool.
Super dope. So he knows a guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'd
so
be
now-
perfect. Could you imagine we pull up?
So now
Everyone's
I
like,
gotta cut.
Team Banana's here. It's just Everyone running out.
Dude, would that not look fantastic? Like, come on. So now I got to get in touch with these guys to see how much they want for that thing.
And bonus, it's content for the podcast of us doing shit with it
Yeah.
and getting prepared for Ion.
I'm also, cross your fingers, because I do have dumb luck.
You really fucking
I
do.
signed up to win one of those like golf carts on steroids.
Yeah.
Like the,
with the big wheels.
yeah,
and
with the big wheels and
everything.
everything. I signed up for one. And unfortunately, I hear back it's at the end of July. And I was like, too bad it's not in the beginning of July, because it would have been great to fucking roll up to Normandy with a fucking QTV. Right? QTV, that's what they are. So, yeah, we'll see what happens if I get a random phone call end of July.
What'd you sign up? Like,
It was like
what was the deal?
it was one of the raffles, like when you go to like fairs and stuff.
Okay.
And it was down south. It was by Atlantic City. When I was there for Smithville, when I picked up all that shit and your gift, the Xena car. They had a firefighters crew out there, like volunteers and stuff, and they were raffling it. So they would go to the festival that we were at like every single week and just collect donations. So I think it was like $5 or $10. You could enter, you get your name on it. So I was like, cool, get to help the volunteers. Worst case, best case, walk home or get a friggin' thing delivered to my house that I could just have fun with.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh my God.
So I was like, whatever, we'll see what happens. It'll be fun. But I just, man, I don't know. It's at some point we're going to have a tank to enter this. Like I know it's going to happen. It's at this point, we've been doing it for too long for it not to happen.
Yeah.
Then we got to get on that tank list, you know?
We have pull.
Team Banana needs
They
a tank.
are Team Banana after all.
It's like, we're going to do a tank this year. They'd be like, all right, who are you guys? Team Banana. In.
It's like, all right, there you go.
We've been doing it for like, 10, 11, 12 years at this point. Come on. Come on.
And if it gets stuck, it just becomes cover.
So I've seen in past years single wheel drive
Oh, God.
cars
Gangster.
drive through with no issues, because it's a pretty set path for the tanks to like roll on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a couple branches here and there, like roots over the ground and stuff like that. But nothing is like, for them, there's nothing so far up that like you can't. Basically, any SUV allows you in. So I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this this truck is either an F-250 or an F-350, because I think that's what that's what they're based on.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck are we gonna? I could actually pull someone out here with the medic thing. I'll be fine.
We're pulling other tanks off the battlefield.
Yeah, like I'll actually tow things out. I'll be fine. Rolling down the highway with a Team Banana tank.
10-foot flag floating behind it.
In all its glory.
In all of its
Single-sided, though.
Single-sided.
We don't want to go overkill.
Only the highway side. And then we flip it on the way back. Make sure the other side of the road sees us.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's exciting times. We're coming up on it. It's what is it? A month and a week out.
Yeah, 5 weeks away.
Yeah, starting to get close.
It's gonna be a good time.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I cannot wait to hear about this. One of these years I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But just like with you, it's always the same weekend that NASCAR's at Pocono.
Uh-huh.
We're in basically the same area.
We're so close to each other,
So
and yet
close.
so far.
It's always the same weekend, but one of these years I am going to go out with you guys, even if I'm just like hanging out at camp and not actually going out to paintball.
In theory, you could show up Saturday.
That is true.
Come hang. It's a good time even back at camp.
That is true.
Hanging out, talking, playing games.
Yeah, let us know ahead of time so we could order extra food.
Yeah.
Because we, the big thing.
Hey, you guys do it right.
Yeah, right's
Aggressive.
aggressive is what we
Yeah.
do. Yeah, we go.
You do it right.
Me and Dish. That's what I remember. I was saying we can't be trusted together.
Yeah.
This is why. So we get a budget. Last year, I think, or 2 years ago, was like $50 a person or something, which is more than it's ever been. Usually it was like $30 or $35 a person.
But even $50 a person, so affordable.
Yeah, $50 wasn't that bad. we ended up, so we go to like Wegmans. We hit up like 3 supermarkets back to back the night before. And we go to like the manager specials. We go, so like 2 years ago, you remember, everyone got fucking steaks.
Yeah, it was
Like,
amazing.
Everyone got steaks. We did fresh burgers. We did bacon, eggs, sausage. We were doing everything.
The whole trip, I
All
never felt hungry.
Yeah,
I
we
was always,
were
I'm good to go.
constant food. It was constant food. And me and Dish go overkill. We always do. So there's always leftovers. There's always, we don't have to worry about it.
My favorite thing about the setup was the shower. We had a full blown shower
awesome.
area, and after paintball, you need it.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
So what I used to do was I would talk to my work and ask them if I could borrow one of the like the blue 50-gallon tubs, because we run through them pretty quick. So usually there's 1 or 2 ones that haven't had chemicals in them yet. And I'm like, yo, can I borrow one of those for a weekend? And they're like, yeah, all right. So I'll take it. I'll go up to Dish's house with it empty in the trailer. And then once we get to Dish's house, we put it in the back middle of the car, like of the trailer, and then fill it with water. Because that fucking thing is heavy.
Yeah, that's not moving after.
That's
It's not going anywhere.
So we fill it with water, then we lock it closed, we slap it, and then it takes like 3 people to get it off when we get there. We always fill it to the top because we always think we need like 50-something gallons. Every year so far that we've used it, the little shower head that we have, it's like battery powered, so you click a button, it pumps. So it's not like peeing on you. You actually get water pressure. We tell people, turn it on, wet yourself, turn it off. Shampoo, lather, do what you got to do. Turn it on, rinse, turn it off. We use less than half every fucking time.
Oh, I'm letting that thing sing.
Well, this time I think we're just going to fill it half so that we can actually get it out of the trailer.
Make it a little easier.
Make it a little easier.
I think it's tradition, though. I think you have to fill it all the way
you
up.
have to fill it all
It's
the way
just,
up.
it's Mike is like the bodybuilder of the group.
Yeah.
And we're all just like, Mike, pick up the water there. It's too fucking heavy. We'll help slide it out. Come on.
We'll roll it. We'll shimmy it.
We do. We shimmy it. We shimmy it to the edge, and then it takes like 3 fucking people to just slide it off onto the ground. It's fucking terrifying.
Oh
So
my
much
God.
weight. What was that? 400 and something pounds,
Oh,
right?
jeez.
8 pounds a gallon. It's like 50 to 55 gallons.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weight.
A lot of weight. Way more than we need.
Yeah, we were sliding it through the trailer once when we emptied everything out. And we'll never do that again. Because as we slowed it to the end, the trailer just goes, eek. And I was like, someone go stand in the front. Fuck, we gotta put it down.
Counterweight.
Shit. So we've learned, don't empty completely until the water's out.
We've learned and we've grown.
Yeah.
We got some big things coming for this one.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupidity
There's
happening.
just a lot of stupidity.
This is
But
why you can't trust adult children with money.
no, absolutely not. This was peak culmination, like 2015. Me and Dish went to go pick up a cake for someone's birthday at his house. It's just cake. We'll be right back. We're going to get a cake.
Oh no.
We came back with 3 cakes and 2 pinatas. Pinatas. And when our significant others asked, why'd you get pinatas? We responded with, they were on sale.
Wait. They didn't ask, why'd you get 3 cakes?
No. They were way past that. Why are there pinatas? And why is there more than one? That's the energy we bring to the table.
2 pinatas at 3 cakes. Wanted to get 1 cake.
Went to get 1 birthday cake. We didn't know if they wanted ice cream or if they wanted chocolate or if we wanted something special. So we got an ice cream cake, a chocolate cake, and a vanilla cake. And then we saw the pinatas and we were like, pinatas? They were like, buy one, get one 50% off. We were like, 2 pinatas.
You know what I appreciate the hell out of?
Mm.
I asked my girlfriend, whose birthday's coming up in the middle of, what month is it? June? Yeah, in the middle of June. Like, what she wanted to do. And she was like, oh, the only thing I actually want to happen is I want a ice cream cake with the chocolate crunchies from Dairy Queen.
Oh,
and we're gonna sit. We're gonna eat ice cream cake, and hang out. And that's what I want to do.
that is
And I was like,
fantastic.
I'm just happy you gave me an answer.
Right?
That like relieved all the stress. I don't got to figure out what kind of cake you like. You told me.
It would have been Carvel or Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen does the little...
I don't know,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
If it was me, that's so fucking simple. I'm getting you a whole Fudgy the Whale. Here you go. You want the head or the tail?
Well, that's the best part. It's so simple that now everything else I do, I look like a rock star.
Yeah.
It's all about looking good.
Dude, DQ has some great ass cakes too.
Oh,
Do
we're
they?
both
They really
lactose
do.
intolerant. We're gonna
You're gonna have some fiery poops.
we're going to
Got
mess
it.
that
That's-
cake up and then paint the bowl.
That's what the sprinkles are. Just that's what I do. I put the lactates on like sprinkles.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
They're vanilla flavored. What, do you not?
I don't take it. I never have.
That's a mistake.
I've tried. They don't work.
That's why you eat more than one.
I've tried them. I've tried like whole handfuls.
Listen,
they don't
it's
work.
not supposed to solve a problem. It's supposed to postpone the problem.
They don't work. I'm telling you, Joe. They give you a false sense of hope,
Not for me.
and then you poop
As long as I take,
yourself.
as long as I eat 2 of them, I'm fine. 2 of them gets me like 15 to 25 minutes worth of ice cream. If I'm still eating ice cream, A, I have a problem, and B, I need 2 more. I reload them like shotgun shells. right in the spoon.
Double barrel.
That's how I function. It's right on the spoon. And I crunch.
Vanilla flavored.
It adds a little bit more vanilla in my vanilla.
Oh my god.
You have a problem.
Yeah, it's called lactose intolerance. Try to resolve it.
I don't even know where to go after that. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, how do I transition this topic?
You don't.
You don't. You just
And
you
now
let that
it's
die.
it's just
So,
What's next on the
well,
docket?
that's one. 2 would be, I have PC components and I don't know what to do. So, through a sheer stroke of luck, I have high-end PC components, and I wasn't planning on building a new PC, so I wasn't prepping a new PC. And I think we talked about it like a month or 2 ago, that the next PC I build, I wanted to do like a theme, because
Yeah.
it's the one thing I haven't done. Not that I'm getting bored with building computers, because it's always fun, but like I wanted to theme it. Like I wanted to have like something special for it.
yeah.
Like some people do like the NASCAR thing. Some people do like battleships. Some people have like the airplane thing. So I'm like going back and forth on if I just want to build like a sleeper build or if I want to do something crazy. By sleeper build, I mean I want to get a PC case from like 1998.
I know what the term means.
I
I didn't
actually-
know people were doing
I
that
actually
to PCs.
have I have an old like early 2000s PC if you want it.
Go on. Is it one of
It's-
the ones that were supposed to be white but they're like yellow now?
I think so.
Perfect.
Let me check.
Exactly what
That's
I
exactly what it was.
Because I might actually have that, and I have an old like HP, like the one that was like black and gray.
Yeah, that's the.
wanted. Less enthused.
Yeah. Let me take a look. I'll text my brother to see if my grandmother's computer is still at his house. Because she had the old like Windows 98.
Yeah, see,
like,
that's what I'm looking for. So I want to have like a computer that looks just fucking archaic, and then you open up the side panel, and it's like a rave. Like, it's just like
4090
doing its
RGB
thing.
everywhere.
yeah. So I got to figure out. I'm probably gonna have to do heavy Dremel work, to like the bottom where like you can't see it to get like intake and fans in and out because those PCs were never meant for the amount of heat that these things are putting out. So it'd be really interesting to see and challenging because that's a 14900K. It's like the king of you're gonna need an air conditioner when it's on. So that could be fun. But now that I have this dilemma, I also have my old computer, which I'm not getting rid of. And you all remember we talked about it. I do trickle down economics with my PCs in my house. So my gaming PC usually goes to Elena. Then Elena's gaming PC usually goes to the newest project I'm working on. Then that project goes to either the oldest project I'm working on or a new project that needs a computer. And then once I get all the way down the list, there's usually something that's so old, I can't use it anymore. So I'll finally retire that out. So it's trickle down economics. Except this time around, Elena's computer is still working fine. And we're going back and forth on getting her a laptop. So now I have my perfectly functioning gaming PC, and I don't know what to do with it. So now I'm like, dedicated racing rig?
I mean, you already have already have the cockpit.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Yeah,
This way you don't need to worry about like
I wouldn't need excuses for going back
switching
and forth
over,
room to room.
switching back.
Yeah.
You can have your VR dedicated for that machine. I think you just created yourself a racing sim.
Yeah, I believe so. So that's what I was thinking about this afternoon when I got some of the parts. I was like, oh, fuck. That's my old PC's a racing PC. God damn it.
Trickle down to a new project.
New project.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
We just gave you more homework.
And then when Elena's PC is done, when she gets the laptop, I'm taking that one, and I think that one is either going to refresh my server or it's going to go into the arcade as the new arcade PC because that is archaic. PC's like 12 years old.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, yeah, you know how it works. Trickle down PC economics.
That reminds me, I do need to get a new laptop.
There's so many.
I don't like laptops.
I try not to like them because, like, anything you can do on a laptop, you can do on a desktop.
Yeah.
And then more on the desktop.
I like the desktops way more.
The problem
Always.
is Elena likes going from room to room to just, like, she follows the sun like a cat.
Mm-hmm.
So PC is in office. Once sun moves, can't move with PC.
Yeah.
So, and she doesn't play anything like super crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, high to mid end gaming laptop will last you 4 to 5 years. And you
at
can move
least,
from
yeah.
room to room. You could plug it into the TV if you wanted to. You're fine.
Yeah.
So it has a purpose. I already got burned once. God, how long was it? 7-ish years ago when I bought my gaming laptop. Spent like $3,500.
Jesus.
Yeah, I went big. This is when like M2 drives like just came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a fucking laptop that's about 2 to 2.5 inches thick.
Ooh.
Has a desktop class processor in it.
Yeah.
2 video cards. 2 of those M2 drives. 17.3 inch screen. The battery life was about 25 minutes. It was terrible. But it was a goddamn powerhouse.
Yeah, yeah. That's why the
And-
battery life was 25 minutes.
But at the time, it was amazing.
Could run Crisis.
Destroyed Crisis. And then it was like 2 or 3 years in, the 10 series came out, like the new GPUs.
Yeah.
And then that's when like ray tracing and all that other stuff started coming around. And it was so much more powerful than my GPU was. And then the video game market adjusted according. So now my GPUs were like barely working. And this was like right when VR started.
Mm-hmm.
So like my laptop could barely play VR games. And I did get a Vive. I was one of the first ones that got a Vive.
Yeah.
So it was like, fuck. I
Yeah.
spent $3,500 on this. It was like 2 years in, 2.5
Obsolete.
years in,
Yeah.
gone. Can't upgrade it. Can't make any changes. It is what it is.
Damn.
So
That's cold.
I still have that laptop because at that point I'm like, fuck it. I paid that much. You're here with me forever.
Yeah. You're staying here.
But like, you know, now I'm like, okay, I learned from my mistakes. PCs. There was
Yeah.
I was in the process of moving several times. I know why I got the laptop, but it still hurt.
Yeah. My issue is this thing
Age.
is this is a 2010 MacBook Pro.
Damn.
Somehow it still works.
It could almost,
Barely.
It could
But it
almost.
still works.
It could almost join the military.
It has gotten to the
Real
point-
close to driving.
Getting real close to driving.
It has both headphone and input jacks.
The input is nice.
It has an input and output jack. SD card slot.
Was that back in the day before they realized you could put microphones in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That's just headphone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a TRRS, so it was the best though. When I used this in college, I'd use it to like rip audio.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch cable, put one side in the mic input, the other from the headphone output. Open up Adobe Audition and just hit record.
Oh, that's so janky.
There we
And
go.
just sit there and record songs off of like Spotify and all that.
You basically took cassette tapes to the next level.
I digitized cassette tapes.
I hate it here.
Well, like I did that. It's got the funky monitor input that was like Mac only.
Yeah, not anymore. It was Mac only because no one else used those in 2010. But it did become popular. That's DisplayPort. They're very popular now.
It's got Firewire.
Yeah, that's dead and gone.
Very.
Super dead and gone.
And a disk drive that is permanently broken.
Love that.
Oh, there we go.
It'll take discs, but it ain't giving you back.
So is there a disc in there?
I don't think so.
There is a way to get it back. I think you shove it there.
But as you can see, there's also a bit of a dent.
Oh, okay.
I'm missing at least 1 or 2 screws on the bottom holding the plate in.
3 of the feet that make it sit correctly.
Yeah, and opening Chrome makes it sound like it wants to take off.
Checks out.
Like,
So is a new laptop in your future?
I need to know what to buy
Fair.
Depends.
Fair.
because all I use it for, honestly, is internet and editing audio for the podcast.
I was going to say, internet only, Chromebook. Then it's like editing audio, like not Chromebook.
Not Chromebook. No,
Because then I'm also sitting there thinking, all right, what if I get one of those like smaller, almost 2-in-1s where it's basically just a glorified tablet that can fold in and has an attached keyboard? Because this way I could bring it to D&D, have a little bit more space.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my setup for D&D takes up a lot of room.
You
know what I mean? Like-
yours not that bad. I spread. I'm the problem.
Joe is a D&D spreader.
I am a spread. Well, because I'm playing a bar and you need like 37 pieces of paper. It's ridiculous.
That's why we go digital.
I have ADD. I can't
that's
go digital.
also-
If I go digital, I stop focusing.
That is fair.
All right.
Because like
it tracks.
for me, I've got my notebook that like also folds out that has my character sheet. Super dope design. I love it.
Yeah.
Got my dice tray and all that. But then I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, I have to handwrite my entire character sheet.
Yeah.
And I could use the More Purple, More Better one, but I don't have much of an access to a printer.
Yeah.
And like, I print everything from work. I can't install the Acrobat program that is the More Purple, More Better is designed for on my work laptop.
You guys don't have Adobe?
Oh, we have Adobe,
That's
but
all it needs.
not the
You don't need Acrobat.
no.
No.
Not anymore?
No, never.
Huh.
It uses free Adobe.
Oh, okay.
Well, shit.
Yeah, it's all
Changes everything.
It's all form fillable, so you don't need to install Acrobat.
So I know that you guys love the More Purple, More Better, but I use just D&D Beyond, and I think it's fantastic.
So
I don't see any problem with it. I can open the stuff I need it.
my biggest problem, D&D Beyond, when you bought a physical book, you didn't get the D&D Beyond book.
Yeah.
I have every single book that's physical. I'm not rebuying them all for D&D Beyond.
No, that tracks. I got into D&D later, so getting them digital was a lot easier.
So on More Purple, More Better, when I create a character that has all of the books in it, I could generate my spell list, I could do everything, and then hit the print button, and I have it all because I have all the content.
Yeah.
I bought it all. If I did that on my D&D Beyond, I'd have the fucking smallest amount of... And like my character wouldn't even work because it's not from that book.
If you ever wanted to, you don't have to at all. But I can give you access to mine. That's how Derek uses his.
Yeah. So that's the reason I never, because for a while you saw I have like that tablet that is like writing only.
Yeah.
I use that specifically because I can only write on it or doodle. There's no internet. There's no Chrome.
There's no distractions.
There's no distractions.
Yeah.
You write and that's
It is a
it.
tablet.
So for me, it's great for writing, except I'm so involved with D&D that I barely write notes because I'm always actively listening in what's happening.
Yeah.
And I forget to do the notes part because brain can only focus on one thing.
Yeah. How much are the physical books costing now?
It's all over the place now because Amazon is fucking everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're usually, I don't buy the non-special editions, but I think they're like $30 somewhere thereabout for like the normals.
That's
I
not
think
bad.
the specials are like 40 to 45.
But
They might have raised the price. I'm not sure.
I think like brand new, they're a little more expensive.
Well, this is Amazon pricing.
Oh, Amazon.
So
pricing, okay.
Amazon, that's why I said they're fucking everything
Yeah.
because they're literally setting the market lower than everyone else can.
Yeah.
And everyone else has to just eat it.
Right.
And I
I
don't
think
like that.
I am doing the buy the digital and buy the physical copies from D&D Beyond, and I think I'm paying $60 for the two, something like that.
So it's like a $15-ish for the digital version.
Yeah, ish.
Ish.
But it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah. Well, that's because you got in when I think now Wizards owns it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wizards own it.
So at the time when it started, they didn't.
Well, yeah, no, that's when I started using it. They didn't own it, and I bought a lot of the books just because I didn't have them.
Right.
And then I was only buying like the rule books. I wasn't buying any adventures, physical copies.
I still barely buy the adventures. I think I accidentally. My problem is I buy too many things because I forget if I ordered it or not. So I have one of the extra special editions of the Deck of Many Things books because I bought one. I pre-ordered it, forgot I pre-ordered it, couldn't find the email with the pre-order, so I pre-ordered it again. And then before they announced the special edition, I pre-ordered the original one. So I had one original and two special editions. And then the mail came when it first came out, and I was like, oh, my special edition came. Sweet. And then the next day, another box came, and I was like, uh-oh.
How many of these did I order?
And this isn't the first time. I have 2 copies of Candlekeep because I didn't realize that I already ordered the special edition, so 2 came.
I think when they shift over to the whatever they're calling it, D&D 1 5.5, whatever it is, when they release the new player's handbook and DM's guide, I think I'm going to start collecting the special edition covers.
I like
Just
the special
because
covers. They look cool.
They do look awesome. I just think it's so far now into...
Well, that and a couple of them are insane.
Yeah, like I won't ever finish the collection, so why start now?
Like I was talking to the guys at Red Seal, and they're like, "Oh, you have all the special editions?" I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, did you hear about the Volo's guide?" He's like, "Oh, it's like $200 or $300." I'm like, "You should go check it again, sir, because it is not. If that's what you're trying to, I'll buy it right now for $200 or $300. You have it sealed. I'll cash right now." He goes, "Why?" I was like, "Last I looked was like $800." He's like, "Excuse me." It's like, "Yeah,
Raise the prices. Raise them right now.
no, this
Right
is
now.
personal."
Oh, this is personal.
He said because he plays D&D as well.
Okay.
He's like, "I have 1 copy sealed and I have 1 copy opened. My open copies because I DM, so I have my open copy." I was like, "Yeah, I opened mine because I wanted to read it.
Yeah,
That's what I bought them for." So I have mine open. But apparently the sealed copies are, I believe now, even up higher. I think they're like
that's crazy.
$1,400 or $1,500.
Yeah, and because I do the digital and physical copies, I'm barely opening the physical copies. They're just sitting there.
Yeah,
But I like having them. They're nice to look at.
Yeah, it's
they're on a
something to
bookshelf.
look at. It's art.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty.
I get them. I read through them real quick to see if anything new interesting came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then just throw it up there. Really, they got the most used as DMing.
Yeah.
Because I'll go in looking for like monsters and whatever, and I'm like, all right, this book, maybe this book. You know.
Yeah.
There's the one with all the I think not Candlekeep. Was it Candlekeep? That had all like the mystery stuff and like mazes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it was like convenient. I don't have to like go make one manually. It's just here. I
It's
just
just
grab
here.
it and
Grab it and go.
So that's cool. But
I've never bought any of the books.
Not even the player's handbook?
No, nothing. I've been all more purple, more. That's literally how I find everything.
I mean, it is all there and very easy because everything is generated, which is kind of great for people who like are just getting into it or like don't really know too much about it, and you don't want to bug your DM. Like, oh, how do I do this and how do I do that? And how do I? All right, you put in the thing, it auto generates everything.
Yeah,
pick your spells, good to go.
Starting for me, I started when I joined our campaign back in 2018. So before that, I'd never played D&D before. I knew literally nothing about it. And like, I didn't want to be like, hey, Bronson, I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, I talked to him about my first character. And I'm like, I don't even know anything about the classes or any of that kind of stuff. He's like, all right, when you play Skyrim, what do you do? I'm like, oh, sneak archer. He's like, cool, ranger. I'm like, awesome. He's like, what kind? I'm like, I want to do something pretty basic, like hunter. He's like, cool, you're going to do like base hunter, you know, as a ranger, and that's your character.
Yeah.
He's like, now go make up a story. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It took me like the first 2 sessions to be like, okay, I roll a D20 on everything. Okay. Because when I first started, it was all right, what do I roll? What do I do now? Okay, I rolled a 14.
So you're truly learning.
I was learning the game in our campaign.
I did that too with the campaign.
And now I'm sitting here, I'm like,
Same boat.
now I'm just like, oh, that would be a great character. Oh, my character would do this. Like Joe's talking about the deck of many things. And I'm sitting there, yeah, my current character would be fucking obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like he would just be like,
pull a card,
like
see what happens.
He'd literally just be like, pull a card like candy. Like,
My first character
weird
wanted to
shit's gonna
shuffle
happen
it.
today.
My first character was like, yo, can I borrow that? You know, like, when you take it, they just are gone. And I was like, how many times can I draw? He's like, what's 100 gold a pop? I'm like, that's it? He's 5,000 gold. The guy's like, I was like, yeah, I'm in all day. I played a fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Just chaos. Dude.
So that's the trick of the deck of many things. You dictate how many cards you pull before you pull them. Pull all the cards. It says it right in the description. You dictate how many cards you're going to pull before you pull them.
Yeah.
Pull all of the cards. You're going to get the wish. And the wish resets 90% of the problems.
90.
Well, yeah, there's some pretty bad ones.
Yeah, there's pretty bad ones in there.
There's some pretty bad ones.
Yeah, like our last campaign where I had a fucking demon stalking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. And
you're just like, why? Why are you here? I don't know.
I
pulled a card.
That was my problem when I first started playing D&D is I live for chaos. So like my first 3 characters lived for chaos. So I played a wild mage like 3 times in a row because it was perfect. It's exactly what I wanted.
I am loving playing a wild mage right now.
It's so fun.
And for my character, for those of you who don't know, I'm playing a halfling rogue who also multi-class into wild magic or wild magic sorcerer. And my character doesn't know jack shit about magic. And the way I'm building my character is as if my character knows nothing about anything. Every spell that he has
It checks out.
is a spell that he's seen other people in our party use.
Yeah, which is
Every
hilarious.
single one except for message. And message is just for a way because he's a rogue to talk to people without talking.
Yeah.
So he can do it all mentally in that regard, or at least quiet into a, copper wire.
Yeah.
But like my character doesn't like optimize
Yeah.
because he's just like, I don't understand this whole magic shit.
It's just happening.
I've seen this before, so I'm going to do that too.
I think that's
It's going to be completely redundant for his magic, but that's because he's a rogue first.
right.
He's still going to be pointy, he's going to be stabby and hidey and shooty.
Your character is story driven, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Like my character chose Speak with the Dead. Why? Because I thought it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
What I didn't realize is we would use it the first chance I got, like right out of the level.
Boom.
With a dead guy. I'm like, oh wait, I learned this like as I slept.
So I pulled up the spell real quick,
Uh-huh.
and it says before you draw a card, you must declare how many cards you intend to draw, and then draw them randomly. You can use an altered deck of playing cards to simulate the deck. Any cards drawn in excess of this number have no effect. Otherwise, as soon as you draw a card from the deck, its magic takes effect. You must draw each card no more than 1 hour after the previous draw. If you fail to draw the chosen number, the remaining number of cards fly from the deck on their own and take effect all at once. So here's how you break the deck of many things. You declare that you're going to draw the entire deck.
Well, if you declare, can't the guy holding it would be like,
You want him to do that. You take one card, and after an hour, the deck magically appears near you, and all of the cards take effect at once, which means all at once, which means you get your wishes the same time all the bad shit happens, which means you can then use your wish to get rid of the bad shit and just keep all the good stuff. The deck of many things.
But
is
I feel like that is assuming your wish is at the very end.
No, it all takes effect at the same time. So if everything takes effect at the same time,
you still have
you
to
have the wishes at the same time of all the bad stuff. You wish away all the bad stuff.
You'd still have to order of effects, right?
Yeah. Listen,
But it would still have to be like, 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. They don't all technically happen, right? They would be...
There's a 6...
they all happen at the same time.
There's a 6 to 30-second interval.
Listen,
where
you're
you could get stabbed.
to
Is all I'm saying.
You're trying to put rationality into a game mechanic. It says they happen all at the same time.
Is that the new one or is that the old one?
No, that's the
original?
original one, because now they have the deck of many more things, which
It's just added to
yeah,
that.
it says like the deck of many things. It just does different effects, but it does it.
I thought they were combined.
They're two different items.
Oh, I thought they were all together now. Like the deck of many more things. I thought that was basically the deck of many things. And
Oh yeah. That is what it is.
yeah.
So that you can find a deck of many things, or if your DM wants, they'll put a deck of many more things. So
I have never actually looked up to see what exactly is in the deck of many things.
Chaos.
I only know
More
a
bad
couple
than
of the
good.
ones that have been pulled,
More bad than good.
like, in our campaigns that the deck has come up in. That being said, if the deck of many things were to show up in our current campaign, Langdon would be all over that.
So Graham knows that breaking the deck of many things is as simple as pulling one card and then not pulling a card for another hour so that everything happens at once so that you could cheese the deck. I would never do that as a player just because it's cheesy, it's dumb. It's not the point of the cards.
And your character wouldn't know that.
Yeah, listen, I'm playing an in character. He could have figured that. If I figured it out, you think my 18 int wizard wouldn't figure it out?
Yeah, because he would have no idea that deck existed.
Possibly. He is a learned wizard. He hung out in libraries.
Oh yeah, that's where the deck would head up. The chaos deck full of death and chaos is definitely in a local library.
No, it's
stories right next to the children's fucking reading.
Where would that be on the Dewey Decimal System?
I love the deck because
Many
it always
things
says
deck
like
of?
never give your characters a full deck.
Ever.
Which implies that no matter where this deck exists, someone's already pulled from it.
Right. Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, wish is already gone. You ain't getting that one.
God, now I really want Langdon to pull something from the deck of many things. Because, Langdon, not a very bright guy.
No.
He's very like, oh, this is happening? All right, cool, let's go see.
I feel like...
He's yes and in real life.
I feel like when you're playing D&D, you should be able to, at 5th level, get one free respec of your points.
Yeah.
I feel like at 5th level, you've learned your character enough. You've now become more like your character. You kind of settled in on your personality. You should get one free respec. For example, your character has a 10 int. That's a lie.
Yeah.
You should be able to dump stat that down to like 7.
I would honestly I was thinking about reaching out to be like, hey, can I swap my int and my strength? Because I'm a -1 strength.
Yeah, no, you should definitely be able to allow
just to swap those two. But I'm a sorcerer. Oh, that's charisma.
Yeah, charisma doesn't
You're
matter.
fine.
That is neither of those do anything for you. That is just
in my opinion, that's good DMing though. Like your player's like, hey, I'm thinking about respecing this or redoing this because I'm not having fun. I think it'd be better this way. You should entertain that.
I don't even think it's a fun thing. I think it would just you're playing
It's
your
more
character
in
like
character.
he's stupid. You shouldn't be rolling flat. You should definitely be rolling negative.
But that is like,
Elena's 4M Watch just said, I'm for it. So I have your permission to swap my intelligence and my strength, right?
it's in chat. It's a binding contract.
We have video proof. This goes live the next day. But
When I first started DMing, I had a player that like he told me he wanted to play a rogue, and I was like, rogues are dope. Play a rogue, go for it. And he was like, I'm gonna go assassin build, and I was like, yeah, you know, the extra damage that makes a lot of sense. And then like 3 levels into rogue, he was like, I'm gonna pick up artificer. Why? And he saw artificer and he saw an opportunity to like up his strength and like get an extra D6 here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's not a good idea. Like they don't mesh well. There's a lot of things you can't do.
yeah.
And then he did it. And then he was playing it and he was having a bad time. And I made him just suffer through it. And I feel bad about that. And like I didn't let him respec it at all. I literally like
You reap what you sow.
he suffered through it for a little bit, and then he made a really poor decision with his character and got locked up for a long time.
That's classic.
Yeah. And I feel bad about that now as an aged DM, not a good DM still, but a wiser DM.
At least wiser.
Yeah.
The second time I ever DM'd something was for a one shot, and it was way too many people for a one shot. But everyone's like, "Oh, hey, cool! My brother's gonna join. Oh, my girlfriend's gonna join. Oh, this is gonna join." And I'm just like, "Okay, great." And this was a one shot that I came up with entirely. Like, didn't use any like online anything. Like,
Start.
it was. Were you there for the Mimic one? I know Joe was.
I wasn't there for it. No, I missed that.
Was I there for that one?
Yeah, because I did it for you guys the day before I did it for my friends.
Yeah.
And basically, you were hired by the shopkeeper. It was haunted IKEA, essentially. And the night cleaning staff went missing.
Oh, yeah. We had very different outcomes.
Yes. The owner was blaming the night staff for just up and quitting. But, like, the security chief's like, no, like, shit's weird. Turns out the owner made some weird black market deals, bought some really sketchy stuff, and bought a bunch of mimics included in the furniture. And the mimics would wake up essentially at night, eat the cleaning staff. So it was the party's job to go out and find all that kind of thing. The one of our players, first time he ever played, he's like, "Hey, I want to play Blood Hunter," which is like one of the Matthew Mercer subclasses. And I'm just like, I don't know anything about it, but sure. You can help your brother set it up, like, go do your thing. And he's like, "Oh, well, does this thing have blood?" And I'm just like, it's a mimic? No? Because
It turns into
maybe?
furniture?
Yeah. Because
furniture.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, you're fighting a dresser.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah,
You're fighting a dresser.
it's a creature, but it's also a dresser.
Yeah.
Like, and it was one of those, no. And he's like, "Oh, I can't use any of my stuff because it requires the creature to have blood for it to take hold."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, maybe you should have just done a rogue.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
should have done warlock. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, there was also like 8 people playing
Yeah.
for something that was made for 4.
Yeah. Sometimes that's just how it do.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, your first DMing,
He still had fun, but
yeah.
you know.
You never really know it when you're first DMing because you don't know what you can and can't handle. And like, you know, what is big to you might not be big to other people. Like the first time I DM'd, I did the one shot with you and what was it, like 4 other people? I think it was 5 total.
Yeah.
Like that
Oh my
was
God, I
still
almost died.
technically big. You died. You almost died in the fucking dumbest way ever. But that was, to me, even that technically is like above what is recommended, right? Because I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
recommended party is 4.
4 to 6.
4 to 6. So we ended up at 5. So it was
Yeah.
like right in the middle. So
6 is like a big party. Like our Thursday game, that's a big party.
yeah, we are
It
a
is.
big,
It's
big
very
party.
big party.
Yeah.
And kudos to our DM. She's fantastic. She's crushing it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
enjoying that story
Yeah,
thoroughly.
it's so fun. But
I have
love
like
it.
notes in my phone of plans I gotta remember to do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the first thing on my pin list. All right, we're taking a short rest. I got some things I gotta do during that hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
you have D&D tasks.
yeah.
Starting tomorrow's session with a point of exhaustion because I was out gallivanting
Yeah.
while the party did.
Yeah,
their
we
other
know
thing.
what you did.
I have a point of exhaustion too.
He does.
Very exhausted.
Oh no!
I almost had a point of exhaustion, but we're fine. We're fine.
All I know is I rejoined the party and Ambrose is on a horse,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that's all I know.
Good.
That's about all you need. Yeah, it's been interesting. DMing has been that was a fun, eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
It feels like you change how you see the game when you DM it.
Oh, I think everyone should DM at least
Mhm.
once. Like, give it a try in a one shot. Give it a go with like a small group of friends or even a large group, and it really transforms like how you view the game and what you can do.
Yeah. I know you could get a lot of one-shots online, but I do highly recommend just making something up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it is literally limited to your imagination for what you could do. Like my one shot was an adventurer's retirement home. So all of your characters had to be in the later stages of life. And that was where you picked up. And you were all like level, I think what they were like level 7 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah, something like
it was
that.
like, you weren't like crazy adventures. Not like you're rocking level 20 here. But like you were veteran
some shit.
adventurers. And fucking little Jimmy comes in. He's like 15, and he's been talking about how this and that is happening to the town and blah, blah, blah. And you basically walk and like fight your way through the retirement home to realize there's a necromancer in the bottom of the retirement home that's been like summoning shit and killing people upstairs to like, and you had to like come out of retirement to find it. It was really
Slimes.
fucking funny.
Yeah, it's good.
Fucking
and,
slimes.
It was literally one of those closet things where I had a fight planned in the cafeteria because I thought it'd be really funny with like the fucking lunch ladies were like these type of plants and like they were shooting fucking corn and shit. I thought it'd be really funny.
That's awesome.
And then they opened up a door that I didn't think anyone would open, literally just like everyone says. And I was like, old people orgy. There's a lot of people in that room. There's a lot of fluids. You realize that there's a slime. Roll for initiative.
There's a lot of slime.
Bob's character got stuck in a cum cube.
A what cube?
A cum cube.
One more time.
I said it. I said what I said.
Why?
It's
Joe,
a gelatinous.
Why?
It's a gelatinous cube
In the orgy room.
in the orgy room.
I hate it here.
And then Bob.
How do you think I feel?
And then Bob almost choked to death because he couldn't get out. He kept rolling like 3.
I have visceral reactions to any time I see a gelatinous cube now in D&D.
He was
Because I think
dying.
back to that fucking one shot.
I just-
Or almost died in a cum cube.
This is where we end up.
I just pulled up my I take little notes, like one page of just like, here's what happened last session. Here's their I have my players roll initiative at the beginning of each session. Not because there's a fight or there's even planned to fight, just so we're not pausing going, all right, everyone roll initiative now. And now everyone's like, it kind of makes it rolling into combat a little more smooth.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
That
So
makes sense.
I have that on the sheet. I fill it in once they actually do it.
So you have everything like nice.
And
in
then I
order.
have like just brief general ideas of what could potentially happen, because the more you plan, the less actually occurs.
This was my chaos writing for my campaign that I ran. And I would just write as they would,
line log.
as they would like come in. I would just fucking write like the day that it happened and like at the end of it what was happening. And I never went back for notes because my brain kind of remembers what I was doing.
Yeah.
But like every now and then
So I'm looking
You're
at
like
this,
way more organized.
and well, I just have like a template I follow, so I can just make a copy, delete the old stuff. And
Step one, way more organized. I said what I said.
my homebrew campaign started in 2022, and we are 49 sessions in, coming up this Friday. We'd play every other Friday, just because work and life schedules.
Oh yeah.
And we're not approaching the end, but I would like to actually wrap a campaign up. So I'm actually really excited to
That's
finally end a campaign.
Yeah.
Because I've never done it. It's dropped, people left or something.
The
Like
campaign that I was running, enough people dropped where I was like, all right, well, we got to wait.
yeah.
And then we just...
The story doesn't really make sense if you're like new characters just show up and
Yeah.
just pick up where the old characters left off.
Well, the campaign that I was running was, again, 100% homebrew. And I bought these really cool coins that were like hand-stamped coins. And the gist of the campaign was the coins held the realm to safety, keeping like the common realm, like the earth realm, like basically separate from all the other planes of existence. Someone came, broke the magic. Poopy stinky. We got problems. All the realms are coming and like planes walking in and stuff like that. You guys got to go collect the coins and put that shit back together. We have a problem. And they're like the chosen. So that's like the way the campaign ran.
Yeah.
And then they had like another school like rival who was basically doing the same thing, kind of like in Pokemon, like, you versus Red and stuff like that. And I was rolling in the background for like if they were collecting shit and stuff like that, and then they were collecting their coins. But like that doesn't work if the campaign pauses for a long amount of time and then 3 or 4 new people show up, and then
they're also the chosen.
Yeah, and they're also the chosen,
Yeah.
but then also the old guys are technically still around because they didn't die. So it's like, then what? It's just, it doesn't work. It just doesn't.
So my campaign currently is there's like a dominant religion. They follow Lathander on this continent, and it's bled over so much that the king and his family are like devout followers. The head of the church is part of the king's court and everything, so it's really entwined in people's lives. And the head of the church is a Rakshasa. Rock lobster, which is what my players in character refer to it as.
Rock lobster?
Yeah, we're gonna go fight the rock lobster. It's
Okay.
a Rakshasa.
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 Rakshasa. Yeah.
Rakshasa?
Rakshasa.
Yeah. I have no
Rakshasa.
idea. All I know is in our first
Rock
campaign,
sausage.
we our bard married one.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, this one, she's evil. She's
Doesn't mean you can't get
I think technically this one was too.
okay.
I don't remember.
Started evil.
Yeah.
So, like, the end of the campaign is obviously you kill her. And then if they really want to go into high-level play, Rakshasas they're not low-level demons, but, like, they're in the demon hierarchy. I could easily transition that to, okay, well, you got to go after who is in charge. And I haven't even made that story yet. I just gave myself that little caveat of, like, if they want to continue this to, like, I think ideally the campaign's going to wrap up around level 12. I think we're at level 8 or 9 right now.
Cool.
So you want to wrap up low level. That's always the question, is like, what level do you want to end up like with their magic? Do you want to get to the point where they're just like, fuck it, asteroids?
Yeah.
Right.
We're doing crazy shit.
Here, 200 points of
it's just
damage on
like-
one attack.
That's
Now your
not-
second attack.
That's not fun. I don't know. High level D&D to me isn't a good time.
I've never played it. I want to do it once just to be like, yo, I have all of this power. I'm going to pack a punch, but I want to get hit even harder.
Yeah.
But that's where
I've
it gets
DM'd
dangerous.
it. I've
But,
never
like-
played it. I've DM'd level 15, or maybe been level 15 to 17, something like that. And I was like, oh, they're like, this is going to be rough. It was 5 players, and they rolled through all of it. They had answers to fucking everything. Derek's character didn't attack anything. He summoned a creature. Creature did everything. Which, like, all the players said, like, oh, I felt really powerful. It was really fun. It was so cool. I was like, all right, that's awesome. Like, that's check. But, like, for me, it was just like,
so
wait, you solved literally everything. Like, there's nothing I threw at them that was, like,
so
challenging.
my problem when I was running my campaign, I challenged them. I went as hard as I can with the fights. And I was like, I'm going to let you know, every one of these fights is going to be difficult. You're not going to have a fight that you're going to be like, oh, I'm so strong. You're going to get your ass kicked. A couple of you might go down every now and again. Fucking prepare diamonds. Like, you're going to...
Prep them now.
Yeah. This is going to be hard fights.
Keep the
You're
shinies.
going to have to think. You're not going to be able to do, like, dumb shit sometimes. These are going to be hard fights. And I preface the campaign with that. I'm like, you're going to have hard fights because I think that, A, that keeps the fights interesting.
Yeah.
And B, it kind of keeps that, like, when you're doing, like, the rest of the campaign, when you're having fun and you're going through, like, the story and stuff like that, obviously you're interested. Obviously you're there. You're paying attention. You're moving your character along. But then when it gets to the fights, if you're just, like, you know, dicking around and, like, fucking boom, boom, we're done. Yay, great fight. We did it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but, like, do you feel like your character is actually, like, progressing in the fights? Like, yeah, you're progressing outside of the fights, but do you feel like your character is actually growing fight to fight that would change your perspective while you're fighting? And, like, when I play my character, I play, like, every choice that's going to be made for the character is going to be changed while we play. So I'm not a 1 through 20 player where I'm like, all right, here's my character sheets. This is what I'm following. No matter what happens, this is my story. I am adjusting based on what happens in the campaign, who I talk to, who I meet, who says something, if something breaks, if I'm using a spell a lot and then something happens and, like, the spell doesn't work anymore, I'm going to adjust.
Yeah.
And then my character is going to change and switch that spell.
Yeah. I love that about D&D. I love the fact that you can sit there and, perfect example, my last character in the previous campaign, I played a Yuan-Ti druid. And I had a couple of ideas, but, like, he transitioned from one plane of existence to another, so, like, his whole backstory kind of became a little mute.
Yeah.
But he still had friends and still had his organization and all that kind of stuff. And because of that, he picked up and took feats that, like, played off of his different characters.
Right.
Like, Joe's character played an artificer, so I took Artificer Initiate, which gave me a couple of different spells that the artificers could use.
Yeah.
We had another person who came from the Feywild, so I took Fey Touched as a feat. This way I got a little bit of a Fey kind of initiate, or a Fey air about him as well.
That's why
Touch of Fey.
That's why I did that in our campaign. I took Fey Touch because one was sitting on my head for several days at a time.
Exactly.
So I thought, I was like, canonically, that's really funny.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Guys on my head, fucking living in a pan. That's Fey Touched, literally, for hours at a time.
I'm entwined with him.
I thought that was a really funny.
I drank shit off of a dead body. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that.
But I did, and now I'm a wild magic sorcerer.
So that is my notes for my D&D character. I have during the short rest, I got to do my arcane recovery. But then Elena introduced 3 spell scrolls of spells I would have never taken. Now I'm obsessed. I need those scrolls. I need Shape Water, Create and Destroy Water, and then Fog Cloud. I need them. And the last thing is Roy's birthday is in roughly 4 months from where we are. I need to remember to make a cake for him.
That he can't eat.
Yo.
That he can't eat. Straight up can't eat. I don't care. It's not about him. It's about the story.
It's not about him. So, like, I don't know. That's the fun part of D&D when you really get in it. But, like I said, I also like having the fights be hard enough that something happens during the fight, and then afterwards you have to think about it and be like, oh, okay, we got fucked up because this happened, or I did that, which was bad for you. I need to not do that next time. And, like,
I like that
be
approach
a
a
team.
lot.
Yeah,
But
I love that.
I also like just every now and then you sprinkle in a layup fight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every
Like,
now and again.
I've had with my most recent campaign I'm running, I've hit them like pretty hard. I'm dropping players. I killed one of them. He had to get revived, and that was a whole thing. Another player was playing a feral tiefling with the wings, and she gave up her ability to fly to bring him back.
Yeah,
and I was like, "That's sick."
See, that's the part of like D&D where I'll allow that kind of cheese to happen. Like my character in this campaign, I have the thing where we could change places. It's only 5 feet.
Yeah,
that's how the thing works. It's like I'm here and you get hit. I could be like, whoop, I'll get hit. But Derek was about to get punched by the one guy for like all of his health, and I was like, "Can I do the thing? Can I do the thing where we change places?" And we were like 15 feet away, so it was not like far enough. But I'm like, if I have to do something, like I'll do something. I mean, I'm gonna take a fucking punch. I have 12 AC. It's not like I'm fucking ducking this one.
I'm taking that hit.
Yeah, I'm taking right here. Come on,
but
right here.
She allowed it to happen because in story, A, no one's ever seen that happen before.
Rule of
for
cool.
me. And B, it was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
It's like, I like those kind of, like, no, it's not just a revivify kind of thing. It's like, I'm going to make a religion check. I'm going to make a whatever check. I'm going to try to do something crazy. What did I do the last campaign?
And
with when I played the monk, someone died. And I had to go, like, get like fucking 3 or 4 levels of exhaustion and get like punched out of key.
Yes, I remember that.
I was a monk, and I tried. I was like, I'll do anything to bring back. I'll take the punches. Blah blah blah. I'll take the pain. So I literally took like 40 something damage while I was like meditating.
Bill.
Yeah, like as a monk, I'm just taking fucking punches as the wounds were coming off of the teammate and onto me. It was like, that's really fucking cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I think it's fun too from the DM side of things if you do it like if you rule of cool it almost on your side where it's like, it's a detriment to the players, but it's something that could have happened.
Yeah.
So perfect example, one of the first times I was running a one shot, we're having a fight inside a windmill. And our barbarian comes in and he's going to town on and just trying to destroy the bad guy that's right in the room. He rolls a nat 20. And I said, all right, you go in, you strike, roll me another D20. And he rolled low on that. So his axe, he forfeited his second attack and his axe got stuck in the wall. So he then would have had to use a strength save because in my mind, he's already enraged. He's, kind of losing his mind trying to kill this guy. And he goes in for a swing. The guy misses, or the guy ducks out of the way and he gets his axe stuck in the wall. He has to basically make a strength check to pull the axe out of the wall. As he did that, the wall collapses because he hit it right at the right point, load-bearing wall, all that kind of stuff. So, like, it was one of those, he just rolled a nat 1, he missed.
Yeah.
But, because of the rage and because of everything else going on.
You made it a cooler moment.
Yeah, I made it more of a moment than just okay, you missed and flail completely.
Yeah. Like, I like doing the nat 1 thing.
But I didn't do it to where, like, oh, you rolled a nat 1, you decapitate your friend next to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I like rolling the nat 1s where you do have some sort of something happen.
Yeah.
Like, you drop your sword, you could use your free action to pick it back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not going to be like
that big of a detriment.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, you go to knock a bow, like an arrow, and your bowstring snaps. Congratulations, pick out your daggers. Like, I don't want to do that. But I'll be like, you go to knock back an arrow, your hands are sweaty, slips, arrow just fucking gone, Sorry.
Knees weak, mom spaghetti.
I just like that concept of like, every now and then I used to sprinkle in like, you roll a nat 1, like roll again. If you roll a nat 1 again, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
But that's just for like you said, like those layup fights, that's what those are there for. Where I'm like, okay, you go to cast a spell, you're whatever, you're going to roll for it. You roll a 1, roll again. You roll a 1 again? All right, well, roll a D20 and then give me your character sheet for a second, like your spell list. And I'm just going to like randomly spell list your items. Whatever you roll, that's what you casted. You rolled a 1 twice, my guy. Like,
that's it.
You fucked up. You said the wrong spell. That's what you hit.
Yeah.
Like, chances of that happening, astronomically low.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Eventually. It'd be really funny. But
if
like,
you play enough, it will happen.
right.
I played with a DM once where he took nat ones as like gospel, and every time you rolled a nat one, whether you're swinging at an enemy and you had a friend nearby, or if you're like shooting a bow at an enemy and you had a friend somewhere nearby,
oh yeah, you just get that damage.
you attack. You have to roll again to see if you hit your friend.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, if that's the way you do it, fine, whatever. But as adventurers, I'm not going to sit here and attack you, miss, and hit my friend who's behind me.
Yeah.
No.
Like that's just not how that works.
Unless it's like the comical, I have a great sword, and I'm just like, sorry,
Steve, no.
that one's on me.
Have you guys seen the movie Pulp Fiction?
It has been a very long time.
Bits and pieces.
You have to watch. It's my favorite movie, first off. Second off, there's this scene where Jules and Vince Vega, I can't think of the actors' names. I could see both of them, and they're famous actors. I should know their names. I can't think of them.
Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta.
Yes, exactly.
only
They're
two I
in
know
the
in the
car.
movie,
They're in the car with the guy in the back seat, and John Travolta turns around. And he's holding his gun. He's talking to the guy. He's like, "Are you serious?" And then shoots the guy in the face by accident. And he turns around and he looks at the gun like the gun did it. That's rolling it out. That's having
That's
a
rolling it
DM
out.
and
That
be
is in
like,
that one.
Yeah, you shoot your ally.
Yeah, like
Right in the head. Kill him.
right in the head.
Oops.
I don't know.
Now, if it happens in NBC, I could see it being really funny because
Yeah.
that scene in the movie's like
Yeah.
really funny.
Oh, I've done that. Like they were trying to like investigate someone, and they were doing like the truth circle thing or whatever, and they were trying to like intimidate them and stuff. And then the guy rolled a nat 1, and like the character rolled a nat 20, and like he tried to get up and ran into a door, concussed himself, gone, passed out. Like just that's a series of events that happens with a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Yeah.
You knock yourself out.
Yeah.
You poop yourself
Yeah.
on the way down.
You know, or like they were trying to intimidate one of the guys, and he rolled a nat 1, and they had like the dagger, like the police investigation. Like you got to get close and be like, "What is your?" Rolled a nat 1, stabbed him right in the arm. Like,
Make this pencil disappear.
like the character's supposed to be like a awful paladin, stabbed him in the arm. You missed it. Nat 1 guy.
Yeah, small things can be really funny, but like having a DM that's like, oh, you hit your friend or your sword snaps, your bowstring breaks, like that is making the game like us versus you instead of
And it
story.
shouldn't be player versus DM. Like
Yeah.
there is no winning in
Right.
D&D.
yeah.
There's, completing your story, completing your objectives,
That's why.
but you don't win D&D.
Another personal opinion, I think Derek's a fantastic player because he doesn't ever look to finish a story. However, it happens in the game. That's the story.
Yeah.
Like he plays in one of the. So Derek's the reason I'm in the Thursday game with you guys. He plays in my game, and then I play in his game. I do all my D&D with Derek. All of it.
All of D&D, all Derek.
All Derek.
Derek's and Dragons. Got it.
And Derek's it's D and D.
D.
And I told him, I was like, yeah, if I do something or if I end up in a situation and my character dies, do not pull that punch. Swing for the fences.
Yeah.
Murder my character.
I
That's
want
the
you
story.
to
That's
hurt
the
me.
story. Yeah.
I've said that before several times.
And it came up. Derek's character died in my game. And I was like, what do you want to do here? He's like, he died. I get to play a new character. Oh no. And I was like, yes.
Yep.
The people's champ.
Yeah, no, that's how
what every DM
I
wants.
love that. Yeah.
Because
that's
there's
what
a
it is.
lot of people that get super attached to their character. And I get it. I get attached to my characters.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if I
But-
do something stupid and I died. That's
Even if I
Yeah.
do something smart and it doesn't work out.
Like,
You know?
what
It's a game of chance.
the
It's dice.
The first character I played was a paladin who basically was like fucking what's his name? Not Barnacle Boy. Mermaid Man. But a paladin, like an Oath of Vengeance paladin. And I would yell evil and then charge the evil.
Evil.
Yeah. I fucking charged into like a large group of skeleton archers that had swords. I trampled like 2 and then took like 12 attacks. I went down immediately. Fucking, they're like, he's like, Bronson was the DM, and he's like, what does your character do? I'm like, lives the fucking dream. Like, yeah, if I go down, I go down.
Yeah.
That's how he would have he killed like 3 of them on the way down. He feels good.
Swinging for the fences.
I love that though. Like, will I be sad if any of my characters die? Of course.
Yeah.
But it happens. Yeah. It's the story. It's something that he, that character did to put themselves in that situation.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Oh no, I have to create a brand new character with a brand new story and personality. Oh no.
I also like to think that like when those situations arise is also a great opportunity for like the rest of the party to like adjust.
Yeah.
Kind of thing where
or
it's
even like look inwards.
Yeah.
As the characters.
Yeah. And then like that becomes a growing like fun, interesting D&D moment where like, oh, my characters are so used to doing this or like being funny or doing this thing. And now that character's gone. So it's like, they're going to do something that they normally do like at the bar or at the tavern or whatever. And they'll be like,
yeah.
Like just little things.
Yeah.
It's like, now it's a more story.
Yeah. And like, I know basing D&D off of Critical Role is not the best idea. I'm many episodes behind, so I don't know what else is going on, but a character dies and they memorialize the character using certain things that character would do, and it changes like the other characters' like projection and like how they interact and what they say and what they do and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes having a player die in your game can make it better.
Yeah.
Or if definitely not better, can kind of change the way those characters interact, look at things, do things, and all that kind of stuff. Like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's more story building. And instead of it being like that NPC that we met 4 times, it's a character that you've been with for however long we've had the campaign running.
Yeah. Oh no, floop. Like,
yeah, it's like, the cat's dead. It's like, oh, your character's dead that I've technically now known out of game for several months and in game for like a year. You know what I mean?
My dog, it still hurts.
Not the pup.
Not the puppy.
Puppy died from a headache. Psychic damage.
Yeah. That's all my character does now, psychic damage. I hope to God we never meet anybody that has like psychic immunity. I'll be like, well, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Good luck, guys. Just a couple bardic inspirations. That's all you're doing.
Just bardic inspirations and healing. That's all I got. I'll play music in the background. That's all I got, guys.
But I feel like this is a pretty good jumping off point for tonight.
Yeah,
it's been
really fun episode.
We're an hour and a half in.
God, every goddamn time.
That's what happens when you talk D&D,
right?
Or anything with this group.
Yeah, it's anything.
Bananas, D&D, But yeah, thanks y'all so much for hanging out with us here tonight. Don't forget, you can check us out online, tabletoptrio.com. All the different social medias, we're there as well. We go live here on Twitch every Wednesday night around 8 o'clock Eastern, give or take. And then Thursdays, you could check the video on demand on YouTube as well as wherever you find podcasts. So for one final time, I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Graham.
In the Tabletop Trio Podcast. Have a great night.